We're back. Now we're here with the number 2016. Told you we was going way out to the West Coast. We're going to the capital of California. And it's not LA for all you smart people out there. Sacramento. So let's take a look at what the Kings did in the offseason. I cannot pronounce his name. Luke Richard Mabute.
Luke Richard Mbamute.
Yeah, that too. Somebody's booty is in Sacramento. Vasquez, Grievous Vasquez, he's the starting point guard, and also Mike Malone. He was Doc Rivers. No, not Doc Rivers.
No, Golden State.
He was Mark Jackson's top assistant head coach. They lost Tyreek Evans, such a tragic loss, and Tony Douglas. They drafted Ben McLemore with the 7th overall pick and Ray McCullum at number 36. Now, when I look at this, I actually like the transition that they were making. Like, letting Tyreek go. They made a choice. I don't know if it was the right choice, but they made a choice. They said, hey, we got to choose between Tyreek and Cousins. And if you notice, because Cousins still was up on the contract, they had one more year to make a choice. They went ahead and gave him his max deal. That was a 4 years, $60 million. They told Tyreek, gotta go. So they sent him on to New Orleans.
Right. Pelicans.
And I actually like the thought of what they did. So, you know, they got new ownership. Actually, Shaquille O'Neal is a minority owner. Somebody that called you the Queens, but now he's a minority owner.
That's funny.
It is funny. So, let's take a look at their rotation. DeMarcus Cousins is a starting center. This is your year. This is your year. Carl Landry will be the starting power forward. Mabute. He's the starting small forward. McLemore is the starting shooting guard, and Vasquez will be the starting point guard. Coming off the bench, you have Marcus Thornton as a 6-man. Isaiah Thomas, Jason Thompson, John Sanders, and Patrick Patterson.
You know the crazy part about this? You can tell that there was something with Tyreek Evans here. Because Tyreek Evans wanted to be a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Rookie of the Year as a point guard. He showed you his flashes as a point guard. You decided to move him several times to eventually he ended up as a small forward, and I don't know why. And you still don't really have a point guard? I mean, I like Grievous Vasquez, but Tyreek Evans is clearly more talented.
I don't know. I think it's something there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there was something, like, it's something to think about, but the Kings decided to move on, and
I've always thought that his injuries, I think when you look at him, he can't shoot. And what he relied on was his slashing ability. And I think when you have a knee injury and you're a slasher, I think it's done. When looking at this team, it's clearly a team in transition. Sorry.
They need some more transactions.
Because, you know, when you look at Jason Thompson, he has a big contract for somebody that's in the rotation. You're asking Isaiah Thomas, who started last year and the year before, to come off the bench.
He doesn't play any defense.
Well, I'm just saying, but you know, the ego, you know.
He's 5'9", right?
Yeah, he's a very short guy.
He can't play defense. And who's your head coach now?
Mike Malone.
Exactly.
So. It's a team of transition. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not interested in this team, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think, you know, the guy to watch would be see what Cousins does.
Yeah.
But players of interest.
Wow. Players of interest.
I mean, don't mind me jumping in.
You can go right ahead. I'm not ready.
Luke Richard Mbamute. This guy is a defensive specialist. Matter of fact, I'm going to go on record of saying he can become a defensive dynamo under Mike Malone. And the reason I'm saying that is because he can be that glue guy that sparks your defense, that causes offense with his defense. a lot of times, remember when Thabo Sefolosha came on board at Oklahoma City and we said, I don't understand why he's starting over James Harden. And you see his defense turn into offense.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same guy. He's very
Like
long.
Tony Allen.
Yeah, he's very long. He's very tall. And he plays good on the ball defense. And when he's posted up, he doesn't move that much. And be it a small forwards are getting weaker. They're not getting stronger.
That is true.
So, Mbah Moute, I'm telling you, he can be a really good defensive specialist to the point where I think we'll start talking about him making some defensive all teams under Mike Malone.
Well, I look at this roster, I see craziness and a whole bunch of disappointments. But I'm going to go with the crazy part, which is DeMarcus Cousins. If he can stop acting crazy, and maybe this a coach he can get along with, I'm going to have to run with that. But it's a lot of, I think Jason Thompson was something they was depending on. It's not turning out that way. You back on the bench.
His game didn't grow.
But yeah, like I said, craziness and a whole bunch of disappointment. I do like that pickup with Carl Landry, though. I do like that. But yeah, craziness with a bunch of disappointment.
Wow.
My player of interest actually is DeMarcus Cousins because they made a decision, like I said earlier, between him and Tariq Evans. And yeah, they in transition. You look at the roster. Because they still got bad contracts that they got to get rid of. Or people that don't fit.
Salmons?
Actually, he falls out the books this year.
Oh, good. That Salmon stable.
But when you look at I think the organization made mistakes by Keith Smart kissing up to DeMarcus Cousins. Hanging out with him, going over his house, being his friend. It's not about being his friend. Regardless if you work, if you're a janitor or you play in the NBA, this is a job. They're paying you money. You are a contracted employee. So if you're not meeting your contract, then they have the right to do whatever they got to do with you. So I hope Mike Malone is really a head coach, a strict head coach. He has the pedigree. His dad, he got family members. So I think this guy's gonna be all right. I like him a lot as a coach. It's what's going to happen between him and Cousins this year. Are they going to clash? Is he going to impose his will on the team and help Cousins? Got a lot of questions, but I'm excited for Mike Malone because I always wanted him to get a chance. He's been an assistant for a while, and I like him a lot. Final thoughts.
Whew. The Kings are, let's be honest, they're not going to win. For Mike Malone to be such a defensive specialist, I really like this head coach. Your star doesn't play defense, DeMarcus Cousins. Carl Landry is an offensive power forward and undersized. Grievous Vasquez is more of a distributor, not really a defensive guy. You got I'll say three guys that really play defense on this team. On the team of 11, it's not looking good.
Yeah. Craziness and disappointments. DeMarcus Cousins, you got so much talent, but you crazy. I don't get it. Plus, my name is, I ain't gonna tell you. Anyway, Carl Landry, like I said, I think that was a good pickup. Right now, Ben McLemore, he ain't looking good right now. And a lot of people are saying they thinking they bought a lemon.
I'm thinking they bought a lemon.
But it's not looking good. Of course, I knew the point guard situation that Thomas was going to sit down. I don't care how much heart you got. If you at 5'9", I'm sorry, I'm 5'9". You going to lose to somebody that's taller that can handle
Nate
the ball.
Robinson, he's in the league.
I'm saying as far as starting.
Oh, okay.
You're going to lose every single time. I've been there, trust me. And you're not the Kings right now. I remember.
Well, my final thought is it's all about Mike Malone and DeMarcus Cousins. It's all about what are they going to do collectively. Ben McLemore, I think that you would join Hassim Thabit as the only top 5 picks to go back to go down to the NBDL. I really do believe that.
McLemore?
Yes.
Lemon? Lemon color shooter in a free cup.
Grievous Vasquez, I actually like him. I thought that was a solid pickup for the team. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, as far as his defense and whatnot. But as far as his size, I mean, he should be able to play the point guard position. You know, defensively. But we'll see what happens. This may even be a Wiggins watch. It may be.
This could be WW.
I think it is.
But that's my final thought on them. It's all about Mike Malone and Cousins. So we're done here with the number 2016. It is on to the next one. Tell you who it is in a minute. We're coming back to the East Coast.